Take a look in my game face. Ain't no stopping me. You know I'm coming in first place. Well, stop it till I get that ring. I'ma dominate all day. No matter who you bring, I will not lose. Yeah. I will not lose. I will not lose.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, JJ Stone, aka Black Gritty. Welcome to another episode of Gritty Nights. It is Tuesday. We are on time. The crew is here. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube and get yourself linked in on Spotify. We can take comments now. Somebody threw a comment up on an episode that was like a year old. I was like, dang, you deep in the vault. But that's what you could do now. You can go leave comments. Also, find us on the iTunes. But yeah, share, subscribe. If you're on Instagram and you're checking in, you're gonna forget this, but we close out in an hour on the dot because as long as Instagram lets us go live, I appreciate you for being here. Unlike the Phillies, say what's up to the people, guys. How you guys doing?
You're
miserable.
Yeah, y'all weren't here last week. I had to tell y'all I was gonna replace y'all to get y'all back up in here.
Yeah, I heard that nonsense.
Y'all be busy. Harry's out here growing a mustache like he's about to kidnap some kids in a minivan. I don't look, Harry. I'm a rip on you because I don't. You know, I mean, you're amphibious. You could train.
yes, exactly.
Amphibious is the right word. What do octopuses do when they be changing their colors?
Camouflage.
Camouflage. Yeah, you can anything, but the whole snatching candy and 70s porn music popping up my brain. It's not you. I know it's going around white. It is Burt Reynolds week.
Burt Reynolds or Pancho Villa, something like that. It
is crazy mustache season.
We got an email.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you.
Hey, look, this little thin stash is all I ever got. I can't like that. My bush don't get that deep. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting there like, you know what I mean? I can't
got more thickness to come. Just wait.
Hey, family show. Yeah, somebody said, the Chuck said the bullpen is gonna be fine. So let's talk about the Phillies. Jason, what trades and moves did we do? Did we do anything?
I mean, I don't really like the moves that they did. We got Austin Hayes hit a home run today.
He
though,
did.
So that was
Yes, he did.
Hitter.
Oh yeah.
That was cool, but we fortified the bullpen. The bullpen that just gave up the lead right as we started to come on the air. Because this is a miserable time to be a Phillies fan.
So now the time to start getting upset. My favorite thing is like I have been quiet. If you don't watch or check in on the show, the last 3 weeks since the All-Star break, I haven't said one word about losing. We come on, we talk about the team. We're still pumped about the team. We're happy. You lose 4 series in a row. Now it's time for me to tell you, yo, get your shit together. I can't just continue to just be like, I know it's a long season. I know it's dog days. I know that it happens to multiple teams. But when people were sitting there saying this is the best Phillies team they've ever seen in their life, and people were just already booking cruises and Broad Street parties, like, I know it's a long season, but you got to start sprinkling in some wins here. I even personally gave them the benefit of the doubt that they hadn't played at home in a while, because that seems what happens with their lulls, right? When they go on these stretches where they're on the road for a long period of time, they can't get back in the groove until they get home. Well, now they've been home. And I mean, I know, again, we're not playing tomato cans, but we're not supposed to be a tomato can either, right? We're supposed to be one of the best teams in baseball.
Exactly.
So win a series.
Everybody made a cans at this point when you have the best team in baseball. And the same holes that we've seen for the past 2 years in the postseason just keep showing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly crushing that Mason Miller got hurt when he did, because I would have loved to. And I think I probably, if you go back on the previous episodes, I was probably hedging the farm system. But honestly, like, I wish he was healthy. I wish we traded everything for him, because, like we're saying right now, the pieces we got. I mean, I like Carlos Estevez a little bit, but I mean, is that exciting like a Mason Miller would have been? Absolutely not. So I mean, we'll see what happens come postseason. But this is the time, right? This is the time. I didn't want to like be as good as we were all year and then have something happen right at the end of the year. This is kind of a nice little buffer we got going. So that's my positive spin.
Yeah, hooray for Johnny on IG says it's about to be 5 series, and it does look like it's about to be 5 series. And
the Yankees been struggling too, so that's not good.
But that's the problem. The Yankees been struggling too,
Yeah.
and they rocked our world last night. And okay, so we're jumping all over the place. We'll get back to the trades. Jason, go look up the trades so you can tell us exactly what the trades are.
All right.
When I come back, you can say exactly what it is. the thing that I hate about losing in general is like, oh, you lost, that's fine. But now we're losing to New York, and New York fans are traveling down here, and they're loud and they're obnoxious, and they're cheering MVP for Judge here in Philadelphia to a sold out crowd because we always sell out. And normally when we sell out, it's our fans, but you could see what happens because New York is so close. And the Yankees are, not for nothing, they're a front running bandwagon team where they have fans everywhere, coast to coast. So their fans don't really have to travel that much. They're going to have fans in different places. So I get it, but I don't like the fact that I'm sitting here watching games and having to hear.
It's crushing too, because I was just talking to my buddy who's a Mets fan recently, and the Mets just beat the Yankees in that Subway Series, and the Mets are the best team in New York over the last month or plus. So it's one of those things where it's like, man, I mean, do some MLB math, and we're worse than the Mets right now. It's not good.
No, we're 2 games or one game above 500 now. If we lose today, we're going to be 500 even. Since right before the All-Star break,
right?
And the Mets are on fire right now. Again, we said it, long season lows. They were trash pandas to start, but now they're catching a groove. But the thing that kills you with that is that everybody keeps laughing at a lot of Phillies fans. We hate Atlanta because Atlanta talks a lot of trash.
Yes,
we beat them in the postseason last 2 years, but everybody keeps saying, Atlanta keeps losing. Atlanta's got injuries out the wazoo, and they've still tried to make trades and make moves to fill the holes that they've got injuries in. They've got season-ending injuries, and they're still trying really hard to maintain and stay afloat. But every time somebody's like feel like they lost, I'm like, I'm not worried about the Braves. You need to be worried about the Mets. And I know they're the Mets, but at the same time,
they're reverse Metsing right now. I mean, it's crazy.
They are in a groove right now. So Jason, tell me what we got.
All right, so we added closer Carlos Estevez for 2 of their top 10 prospects, George Klassen and Samuel Aldegeri, I believe you say the last name. Added Austin Hayes from the Orioles for Kristen Pache and Sir Anthony Dominguez. And then we added Tanner Banks, a lefty from the White Sox, for a single-A prospect. And we ended up trading Gregory Soto with another bullpen move to the Orioles to get their number 8 pitching prospect, Seth Johnson.
Why do the Orioles want to be the Phillies so bad?
They got all our bad bullpen guys.
Oh my gosh.
Are they gonna turn them around? Like what are they about to do? Like I don't understand what their thought process is.
No one does. I think they're the only team that had a worse trade deadline than the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean
2 first place team.
I can't talk but so much trash, but I'm really curious about what their strategy is and if it's gonna work out. I know they have a really young team. They use their farm system well. They homegrown guys like
and they just recalled their top prospect again now that they made room for him with what some of their other deals.
Yeah, so
Jackson Holiday.
Right.
So it's God.
I don't know. They're one of those teams that, like you said, they use the farm system a lot. And that makes me, and even though they have those years where it's like they're the worst team ever, basically, they also end up having years like this, every so often where it's like, okay, I didn't see this coming necessarily. So they must, have some sort of that money ball, kind of ability to kind of find talent and put it in the right place. So, and this is Philly, bro. So people go other places and do better. It just is what it is. So, I mean, I would not be shocked if these guys started pitching lights out.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like the camera will go down there and say, yo, if y'all get settled, I'm telling you.
Right.
You know that happens too when people get somewhere else, they talk up other guys. And then, if you can get somebody cheap, but their team is also very young. And to be fair, being in Philadelphia, 2 deep postseason runs does give guys a lot more stability and credibility in the postseason. Because a lot of guys that people wanted us to trade for are on process teams, to say something the least, and haven't been in the postseason, so they haven't been under pressure. Right. So even if the Phillies, we're tired of them, we don't think that they're the best, they were still in our rotation, we were still using them, and they did see postseason play here, and so they do know what it's like to have pressure. And if they're playing in other cities, the pressure is going to be less than it is in Philadelphia.
Fresh start too, like you said. So
what's up?
That I've never seen a team that was a contender first place team trade away guys off the MLB roster before, like the Phillies did. To get rid of 3 guys that were on the roster is weird. Normally you're trying to, add on, and it seemed more that obviously they improved because those guys weren't the best, but it was just weird to see them instead of just adding to the roster, they were kind of like subtracting and adding at the same time.
Well, that keeps all the prospect babies happy. All the guys and
No, they were
gals
still
that-
sad when they traded for Espino because they traded for prospects that no one was worried about. Then all of a sudden, everybody was worried about them.
and that's the crazy. I'm like, nobody even cared about those prospects, and you're still on the internet whining about it for what? I don't understand what people want. You want everything, and then you don't want to give up anything to get it, and then we don't get anything, and we barely give up anything, and then you cry we didn't get anything. We didn't. I just don't. I'm tired of going into the postseason the same way that we are now. Last year, I had help me out with the guy with the long hair. He came in through a no hitter, his first outing here after the trade.
Michael
Oh
Lorenzen.
yeah, yep.
He came in, he set Philadelphia on fire. His wife was holding the baby, she was crying. His mom was there crying, helping the wife move. It was a family affair. We were all so excited. We're like, yo, we got an extra guy that's going to come in and help us in the postseason at the deadline. No minor move, but look at this guy. He got here and he is rocking out. He did nothing else the rest of the season.
Not a single thing.
That was literally one shining moment. That was like, make a wish. Here you go, kid. You and did nothing else. Then the other night, what happened, Jason? We were talking about. I texted you about it. Harry, they put the young bull out there, and he was pitching. He didn't give up a no hitter, but he gave up 4 hits, no runs, pitched all 9 innings.
Oh yeah.
Yankee from Jersey.
Grew up
I
in
forget his name, but you're right. Yeah.
Going to Philadelphia games as a kid.
How do we all forget his
Picture
name?
with his dad. Yeah, right. That's
You forget his name because exactly what I just said. He went out there and first start in Philadelphia in the middle of the summer and did something that made us all feel good.
Yep.
It was so amazing. And in the instant, as soon as he was doing his interview, I'm like, why have I felt like this before? And I remember what happened. And I'm like, oh, he's going to disappear. We're never going to hear from him again. Because his first outing, he's got the...
That wasn't his first outing, though. That was his third outing.
It was his third outing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was third outing. But he even said, he's like, when I went back out there, he's like, I felt like I was going to throw up, like I was going to cry. And I started laughing to myself. I was like, I just did, and I'm like, man, the feeling, have that feeling, it's just magical. But again, I need something different. The Phillies are a chemistry team. Now, I know you're a big vibes guy, Harry. You're about vibes and things like that. And they don't want to mess up the vibes. But we've had really good vibes the last 2 seasons in the postseason. And we get the same issue. The bats go cold, and the guys that are vibe guys all unvibe at the same time. I was hoping for another starting pitcher or another relief pitcher and a bat that matters. And I know we spend a lot of money. I know we're really top heavy, and I know we're loaded for bear. But when we go through spells like this, like we're doing right now, it would be nice if you had an impact guy to change that up. Somebody who comes in with a different perspective, personality, mindset. One man is not going to change. He's not going to, what's the thing? He's not going to start a mutiny. One new dude is not going to start a mutiny. But he can be like, yo, bro, if you mop the floor this way, it goes a lot faster. And everybody on the team's like, oh, damn, you know what? He's right. If we mop the floor to the right, because sometimes it takes fresh eyes. And I feel like they're all in there circle jerking each other and high fiving for Wawas, and everybody's happy with status quo.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, don't you?
What's going to happen?
that?
The song's going to come back.
Oh my God!
You tweeted that.
If it does, we're not winning. I mean, that's just it's a fact. We're not winning.
The vibes.
Oh man! See, they're talking about the vibes. The vibes will be off if we have these like bullpen issues, which hopefully these guys help out. But if we have these issues that we're not addressing going into a third, hopefully extended playoff run, then all the positive vibes from even our leaders could be a little bit tense, a little bit contentious, even where you're like, man, we're trying to hold on to this vibe, but we know deep down that we didn't address the things that are going to keep us worried, which is, can our bullpen hold leads and things of that nature. I feel like pitching in the playoffs is what solidifies vibes. I mean, at the end of the day, guys like Zach Wheeler being dogs, pitching extra innings, pitching on short rest, things like that. For me, though, I feel like Wheeler has come up just short, which is weird to say, but come up just short of being like a Madison Bumgarner was in that great playoff run he had with the Giants. Like, he hasn't been able to fully carry us, which it shouldn't be his job to do. But I feel like unless we can add somebody again, electric, it's like, what are we going into it? The same thing as the last 2 postseasons.
And this year, the Phillies and Wheeler and all of them, they start off really hot pitching. Obviously, that comes back down to the mean. But when you're playing better teams and you look like this, it reminds you that they are human and we are going to be playing better teams in the postseason. So the bats have to just wake up. And again, they will. But I don't know if Scott's going to bounce back. I don't know what Castellanos does anymore. But
plays right field good.
But yes, he does. He does. But he also gets hot too. He gets nuclear at certain times where you're like, yo, this guy is amazing. So I I'm just at the point now where Dombrowski needed to do more for me. And now at this point, if we don't win the World Series this year, for whatever reason, Middleton needs to spend $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who is going to win, because right now, like we said, everybody's got ups and downs. Do you see a clear-cut winner? Like, do you see a clear-cut front runner this year?
I don't know. We haven't.
Not yet,
really.
right?
I mean,
and that's what makes me feel like we're losing these windows.
Yeah.
The last 2 World Series, we could have won one of them.
Yeah.
Should have one of them.
Yes.
I mean, what's up with the Dodgers pitching, right? They have a lot of injuries. So, I mean, it's like, unless guys come back, they might not have the window. I mean, they have their lineup's crazy. They're the Dodgers, but I'm just saying they have their peak form, right? It might not be possible this year. So there could still be, again, a window of opportunity. Like you said, this might be that year to the end of the window.
They added a starter this afternoon.
Oh man,
traded for a starter from the Tigers, Jack.
And they're always doing stuff, right? They're spending. I mean, we might not be able to do it every year. They spend $1 billion every year, it seems like. But I mean, that's what it takes at the end of the day. If you can't get it done and you're on the precipice, you got to just keep going. So ride the wave, man. Bryce is here until he's not. So you got to do it again.
I just think if you have these prospects, you should be dealing them, because if you're that good at finding these prospects, just find more. There's always more prospects to find and develop. And if those guys are that good, then they need to be on the roster now.
Yeah. And honestly, prospect, my bad.
You got to find someone that is ready to help right now, because the team is older and needs to win now.
Yeah. That's the bigger thing. The team is older and they need to win right now.
And prospects are politics, real quick, just to say, like, at the end of the day, I feel like you got to be able to spin why a prospect is valuable in a franchise. It's not just about like what you see on tape. I feel like guys push again prospects all the time that are these blue chip guys that we never hear about again. So you got to be able to kind of play the game, politic it, and I think we have the front office that does that. So just get them out of here, get us somebody that can do something.
So we'll circle back to baseball. Do you want to talk about Eagles training camp, or do you want to talk about Olympics and then Eagles and then you back to baseball?
I feel like Eagles, man. I would take it. Let's. I want to like close with some pride, maybe some
some pride. I mean,
some American pride. There's some pride.
Let me tell you about this pride. Let me just. We'll go to the Eagles when we'll come back to this. But let me tell you about this pride. Right now, America is 6th in the world medals wise. Right.
Total.
Thought this morning.
Hey, look, maybe
in gold we were slacking, but total.
I clicked the button, and it is Japan, China, Australia, France.
This is total?
United States. No, this is gold.
Gold, yeah.
Total, yeah. America is we're number one.
Well, for both basketball teams, we get what 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? that's about 40 gold medals right there.
Yeah.
And the track stuff hasn't started yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say track. We got that.
Gold medals too.
We've been getting beat in the swimming. I mean, like it's been all real competitive, but we already started talking about the Olympics. Let me stop. Let me stop.
That easy. Distracted him.
I know. Yeah.
I was just saying. I'm like, man, we ain't got no gold out here. You know what I mean? Out here with the bronzes. You know,
ladies gymnastics team won it. They got that gold.
Exactly, because you know how we are. We're Americans out here. It's gold or nothing out.
That's just because they getting paid like $30K per gold. I saw like Taiwan's getting like $700K per gold. Like I mean,
you said that with, Shannon and Ocho out there throwing around money though. Did you see that?
No, what are you talking about?
So Shannon Sharp and Ocho said that anybody who wins gold, they're going to give them an extra $25,000.
Hey. Anybody? They're not giving LeBron. They're not giving LeBron.
No, they didn't say that. They talking about all the whatever. And then they said anybody who breaks a world record, they're going to get $50,000 too.
What? 50K? They should give him a mil for a world record.
What are you talking about? It's two black dudes with a podcast, bro.
Yeah, they're not gonna do anything, but I'm just saying they should at least say it a mil. They should have said it.
Oh no. When they say stuff like that, they're gonna pay that money.
They're gonna be
All right.
vending Ledecky a bunch.
Yeah. When Ocho Cinco is actually notorious for that kind of stuff. Like when he makes a bet or whatever, he pays up his bet. Like, and not for nothing, tax write off too. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing but a tax write off.
Gift.
No Diddy.
Yeah, right. I mean, you talk about it being $1 million. It might end up being $1 million by the time they get done. But yeah, gold and if you break a world record, they're gonna give you 50 grand. So
good way to guarantee you get some of those guests too when the names are still hot.
Like
sponsored by DraftKings.
Like I said, that's a tax write off.
Yeah,
like you can't say $1 million. America win too much to give out $1 million per person.
Yeah,
broke. I don't care what that NFL money look like. I don't care what the TV money look like. They ain't got it like that. I put it that way. Unc ain't got it like that. I know Ocho. He out there with fake jewelry on, but I know he ain't got it like that.
You say something like that, and then one of those big countries boycotts the Olympics. You're like, oh shit!
They just out here giving it to America. Watch these brothers go broke. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so the Eagles are back in training camp. I ditched you guys last week because was dying inside, and
I was on the injured list.
Harry was growing a mustache.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. It wasn't ready yet.
So, but are you excited about training camp and everything you've been seeing, Harry? Are you happy?
I mean, I'm relatively happy. The injuries with the O-line are a little bit, you don't want to see that. But I mean, they're not season ending. You know what I mean right now. So we're picking up some guys. I saw we signed. I forget some O-lineman today to kind of replace and buffer that. Nick Gates, yeah. So, Cooper DeJean also hasn't had a snap yet, which is a little bit, frustrating. I want to see him get out there and figure out where his fit is, right? We want to know, is he a safety, is he a corner? But ultimately, I feel like, it's early, and I'm not nothing to be upset about right now. So I'm excited that the season's, getting closer. What do you guys? I see. So I don't even know what you're thinking about right now.
Is not a corner.
Oh, we don't know.
Is playing DB. He looks like a safety to me.
I mean, hey, then get him out there. Get him some snaps. That's all.
No, I'm joking because I'm not joking, but Quinyon Mitchell.
Yes,
he has been. Today was his first day that he got to take slot reps, and so they have him at nickel, and he's the number 1 pick. So that's what I'm just talking about. That like,
right?
Unless he flashes, like he flashed today, apparently. The reports came out today that he was going 1-on-1 with AJ Brown. Yeah. He was talking how much he loved the competition and pushing him, and he had an interception. He broke up a lot of plays. Apparently Jalen stopped throwing his way because he was covering so well. So all those things are good indicators that hopefully, again, if he gets in the nickel situation or whatever he gets into, he can evolve and get into that number 1 spot. So then my joking is about Cooper DeJean. He's got to overcome him or wait till Slay also goes down, and then he's got to go against Ringo and all the other guys that are still trying to go. So that's my point about that. Like it's a hard sled to get to.
I mean, I've said from day one, at the end of the day, I think he's just a football player and he's an athlete and he has good instincts. So I just want to see him get out there because he might, again, that Tyrann Mathieu kind of honey badger. Like, is he just plug him in there and let him go figure out where the ball's going to be? I mean, that might be what he is.
He might be a heat-seeking missile. He also might be a guy that you throw in there with certain teams that like to have 3 and 4 wide receivers, and you want a guy that could cover for cover. I mean, not for nothing, we've joked about it all offseason. They've got 92 cornerbacks right now. So literally they could put them all out there in the field if you just wanted speed, personally.
Hey, they cut one today though.
Yeah, I did see that too.
They cut Mario Goodrich today to add the backup center that they brought in since Tyler Steen's hurt. So and whoever else they have backing up at center, I guess they don't like too much right now.
Yeah. Well, again, the lineman thing, they're taking all that super easy, as it were. Did you see the video clip of Huff getting handled by Lane Johnson?
Yeah, it was a good rep for both of them. I'm not really worried about that. Lane Johnson handles just about damn near everybody.
Well, it cracked me up because when people were just sitting there like, so let's preface, let me backtrack a little bit. Vic Fangio said that Huff can't play the run, and he just can't play the run.
Which might be true. We knew that.
Vic Fangio is what I want in a defensive coordinator. He's almost damn near what I want in a head coach. So he's basically like, you suck, you're cool, you're trash, you might be something. And then you hear Nick, yeah, well, Huff's just out there getting in the run. I was like, yo, the defense coordinator just said he's trash, yo.
Right.
And you out here talking about all the good stuff he did. Like, that's the thing that cracks me about Nick. Like, I understand that somebody's got to be like the all-purpose and all guy, but when another man's telling you hard facts, trying to get you in line, yo, that's the kind of tone you got to maintain. I don't need the mom and dad in the house, or whichever one you want to say is the soft one, mom or dad, whatever it is, where it's like, oh, well, go talk to your mom about that, or go talk to your dad about that. Like, nah, bro, stop fucking throwing cookies up against the wall. Both of us are out here telling you stop throwing cookies up against the wall. Yeah, just stop. So that's an interesting dynamic when I hear those conversations come out. But it cracks me up because I'm like, Lane Johnson. Do you know who Nick? Do you know who Nick Bosa is? Do you know who both brothers are? Right.
Yeah. Von Miller. Have you seen Von Miller?
They're potential defensive players of the year. He makes them cry.
Yeah.
Like they sit on the sideline and cry. Like I'm not. That's not hyperbole. That's not a joke. Even when they win, they're not happy because they went up against Lane Johnson all day. So no Huff is never going to look good against Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson could be retired and come back out and whoop Huff's ass. Like I believe that with my heart. So it's just funny how people interpret things. I say when Jalen's out there throwing 85% of his passes, and I'm like, well, what's the defense doing then?
Right.
When the offense looks so good because the offense is stacked, now it's just making me think, well, how bad's the defense? Then you have to remind yourself, well, the guy in the red shirt, you're not allowed to touch him.
No.
Right? So the sack thing, when you hear like Nolan Smith had 2 back-to-back sacks, he got somewhere in the vicinity and it was like, shut it down. You know what I mean? So the defense doesn't even get to hunt or play the way they want to play and pin their ears back. That's why preseason games still have value, even though they're about to take one more preseason game away and add another regular season game. So you're going to get even less time to prove yourself when you're young. But I just like Vic Fangio. I like his demeanor. I like his style. I like the curmudgeonness. I like that even if maybe he's being harsh, the player should take it as I've got to do better. I'm not going to let this guy dog walk me and talk about me like that. I'm going to go out there and prove myself. Bradbury, Harry, did you know he is now a safety?
Yes, I did know.
Jason, did you know?
I did, man. That guy sounded like a total pro in that press conference, didn't he?
He 100% did.
Needs to keep that job. That's why.
Well, so when they said whose idea was it, he said it was my idea. I think it was Howie's idea because Vic Fangio. Here's what I'm telling you. Vic Fangio said, "When the last bitch ass corner you heard turned into a good safety?" I don't know one. You know one? Name one?
Been a bunch.
Name one. Huh?
Corners that turned into good safeties?
Yeah.
Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson.
Yeah, I was going to Charles Woodson.
Tyrann Mathieu was a corner at first. Those guys all moved to safety and were very good.
Oh, you talk about some goats.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's only a few that we said. That was only a few guys.
You said when's the last time?
Yeah. When's the last time? And when's the last time a Woodson played football?
Malcolm Jenkins was a corner, moved to safety.
Malcolm Jenkins is a trash pan. I hate him, and thank you for the suit. Being in a person, so I don't recognize him. But I'm just saying, when he said it,
Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean.
He was a safety trying to be a corner.
See?
Yeah, we're going back to safety, and he's going to have success.
Yeah, so it's funny because when he said it, I'm like, golly. Then you hear Bradbury, like you said, Jason, total pro. It was my decision. I'm just trying to be a benefit to the team. Do I need to do all? He said all the right things.
And he was like, if they cut me, they cut me. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
And so
Nice.
I'm sure Howie said something like, hey, if you can make yourself available for other positions because you're not going to take up as much time from these young guys we got coming in here that are going to have that position because you're going to take reps from them, you know, maybe you should try this. And if there's injuries in the preseason, you know, I'll try and move you somewhere and get you somewhere. And he was like, oh, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. So let me go and show him, prove, and stay on the team because they don't want to cut him because they don't want to just pay him and lose him for nothing. And he doesn't want to just get cut and left in the wind either because then he's not going to get that money. So I believe that's a team effort thing to try and keep it stretched around as long as possible. And I do believe Howie's involved with that because Howie does those kind of things. It's the same thing when somebody says to me that who's the linebacker that we got from Georgia?
Nakobe Dean.
When people said Nakobe Dean's not going to make the team, and I'm like, are you on crack cocaine? Do you not know who Howie Roseman is? Do you know how long Whiteside was on this team?
Yeah,
getting reps in NFL games. Why? Because Howie drafted him. He didn't let him go until he had to.
Right.
Yeah.
So trust you me, that Bulldog's gonna be out there.
Not gonna start. But
No, he'll be there, and hopefully this is the first year he can stay healthy and show what he can do. Because this is the last year for him.
Yeah.
His contract will be taking care of itself if he's not doing anything. White on defense has come out and said, I am here to fill up half the glass. And
accountability.
I texted Jalen. I texted AJ Brown, who, oh my goodness, they were hanging out today after practice. And Jalen was hanging out with AJ's family and his children. I mean, what else do godfathers do? I mean,
it's like they're boys or something.
They're like they're friends.
Weird.
It's so weird and strange. It's like, I don't know. It cracks me up. Like, Jason, you got a son. I'm not his godfather, but I'll take that boy somewhere and go hang out. We'll go do something because we like family. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, they're like, even if they were arguing, they were friends before they both got here.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you think is going on, like, have you never had a friend? Have you never had a disagreement at a job with somebody who's a friend?
Right.
You're still cool. Matter of fact, we talk about fuck the boss. So, these guys have an issue has just always been so silly to me. Matter of fact, they were scheming together. AJ's like, yeah, me and Jalen just went rogue because we like fucking, you know what I mean? I went for the ball. I mean, that's on us. That's how close they are. So I never understood why people are like, oh, they're beefing. I'm like, these dudes started the mutiny. Remember I told you one dude?
Yeah, right.
Two dudes, that's a mutiny starter right there. When you got two of the lions on deck, hey, dog, we ain't even, you know what I mean? We're going to go over here and do this. So
the people who say that stuff don't understand what it's like to be a competitor. That's why where you can be best with somebody, but when you're on the field, all that shit is gone when you're competing, man. You just want to be the best. And if that person's messing up, you're going to let them know, especially if it's your friend.
The people who say that stuff, I love personally, but they also speak 4 hours a day, every day, in a cycle with nothing to talk about, and they just want to create drama because they themselves have nothing else to talk about.
Right.
And I get that.
Yo, real quick, the Huff thing, I went to interrupt you when you were talking about it. How annoying must it be when the coach is like, man, you suck. You're not even doing good. And you're doing like, this guy's the best. Are you I can't get around him. Like, just like
tier one lineman ever.
Yeah, like
literally.
Yeah. And so yeah, exactly, Jake. So it's funny because that, again, like I said, that could be motivation, right? Like that might be Vic's thing. Yeah. But at the same time, too, a lot of people are saying that Davis has come in his best shape ever.
Cut his hair.
Cut his haircut. You know, that might add to the whole him weighing less. You know what I mean? He probably lost
slightly.
Yeah. And
I mean, anything to sweat a little bit less, man. I'm sure he's I'm sure it's hot out there.
He needs to keep that sweat beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently everybody's, he came in shape, but he came in shape last year. Apparently he's even in better shape this year, which is good. I saw something that was absolutely disturbing, and football season's coming up and real sports is coming up, and not that baseball is a real sport, not the Olympics are a real sport, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start keeping stats and things, but I saw something that was just diabolical. The Georgia Bulldogs college football team graduates a 41% rate.
Ooh.
They are the lowest in the top ranking colleges, lowest by 21%.
Damn.
The next school graduates at like 61%.
Right. Damn.
And I'm like, what? And then on top of that, they have 32 incidences of criminal activity or off-campus misconduct. Half of them are streetcar races, which is the situation that got Jalen Carter that death run. And I'm like, so somebody died and they still got these kids out here racing Hellcats and doing stuff with all this NIL money?
What the hell?
How is that possible? How is that possible?
How much of the percentage of the graduation rate has to do with them being drafted to the NFL and not going back to college?
That might help it, but
that
I mean,
might. But that's good. You still 20%. That you still would be last or second to last.
No,
Yeah, you're right.
Alabama was high. Alabama was like 80 something. So
You're right.
I was about to say like, well, shoot, who's getting drafted? Alabama's high. LSU is in the 70s.
Yeah, but Saban makes those boys get their degree too. You know what I mean? He's one of
that's part of the point of what
not
I'm
Kirby
saying.
though. Not Kirby.
Kirby don't.
Nope.
Kirby out here thugging and bugging.
He don't
like,
give a
you know what? Kirby like, hey. Your mama robbed the bank one time. Yeah, you got kind of dog.
You a dog. You a real bulldog.
Dog. Let me tell you something. Well,
Georgia dog.
Hey, high school. I got this report right here. It says you was arrested 7 times. Okay, you a fighter. I like that. I like that. Hopefully we give it up after 5 or 6. You kept it real. I'm gonna get you.
You just start adjusting those majors those guys pick. You know, like, hey man, I want to be an engineer. He's like, communications it is.
Yeah. Right. Hey, look. I'm telling you one thing.
Criminology was the easiest class. That's the class all the football kids took at Penn. I'm just telling you, that was literally #1 class they took to get an A.
Look, so I'm saying, look, your cousin's in jail. You know what I mean? Doing a 10 to 12. Your uncle's out there doing a bid for 15 to 20. You come to us, criminology. You know what I mean? You might get them out.
Get them. The Georgia governor's pardon them for sure. If you're on the dogs, you're getting that pardon.
No, son. You ain't gonna be no lawyer, son. You gonna make it to the NFL. You got to hire a lawyer. So that's what you gonna do. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because that stat was crazy to me. I'm like, oh gosh.
That's what it takes to beat Bama. I mean, now that Saban's gone, I guess not. But
Harry, I'm kicking you off. Come back.
Also, by the way, we got to start calling Nolan Smith. It's Nolan Smith plus 10 pounds. That's how we got to refer to him for the preseason.
Oh, because he gained weight?
Because he gained a little bit of muscle.
Yeah, well, that's why he got his 2 sacks back to back. And he's
told you before, that's the jersey I most want to buy, but I'm like, I can't just put money out for that. I just can't do it.
So,
not yet, anyway. You're good. I know my comment was boring.
I can't get a jersey out for any. Oh, sorry, Harry. I can't get a jersey out for any of these Georgia dogs yet. That's the sad part, right? Carter is the one where you feel like
pretty sure about.
Yeah.
Carter has a chance if he wants to be something and someone. This is the year to do it.
Yeah.
There's no Aaron Donald. There's no Fletcher Cox.
Right. He should be in the top 5 D tackles by the end of the season.
Yes. And if he's not, his rankings should still be so high because he's getting doubled and triple teamed.
Yeah.
That whoever's next to him should be feasting.
Right.
If he's not clogged up, because they're going to start him off one-on-one until he starts really wrecking shop like he was last year. Last year he was wrecking shop and he started getting doubled, but then he broke down. It just seemed like he ran out of gas a little bit. You know what I mean? But you that rookie ball. And he had that emotional game where they were chirping at him and he let him get to him against the Buffalo Bills. But again, that was late in the season too. That Bills game got to him.
And the team collapsed, obviously, too. That's helpful.
Yeah. Team collapse. But I'm talking about his play in general because he was just a force. So and that game, he was out there crying. He was just losing it. It does take a lot to like reel yourself back in. Mm-hmm. But it's wild to me because we always, we talk trash and everybody talks trash. And I'm not even averse to. I've said some violent things to people, but like when you talk about like his friend that died and passed away,
right?
That's like when you go after somebody's mom and you know their mom died,
right?
Like when you say like that's why your mom's dead, not like F your mom, whatever. You're like, oh, my mom's dead. Oh, my bad. Or at that point, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know that somebody has lost somebody and you talking about that and you put that on somebody and I got a helmet on and I can't just choke you out and kill you, like, dude. That dude's a grizzly bear. And he's like, I can't even kill this man in front of me like I want to. I want to put these paws on this guy. And he kept his composure. That's why when they pulled him out, he's on the side like, yo, let me bang it there, coach. Oh my God, coach, I kill him for you. I swear to God. He was upset. Because in the moment, we were all like, yo, what? This dude is unhinged right now. It looks so wild in the moment. But when you hear like what was said, I'm like, oh, okay. And then they ended up losing that game, and you saw those same kind of grown men crying because fans were making fun of them. And then they said the fans were threatening their wives and their children. Bro, they're on the 50-yard line in the front row. They're nowhere near your family. You don't even know what your family looks like.
Right.
And apparently they didn't say it because everything's on videotape. So you lost it over something less important or less vile per se.
Right.
So I hope that he does what we all expect him to do. I want for him to make a name for himself in this league. I want for him to be in the top of fear, because we mentioned the Bosa boys, but nobody's afraid of them. People just don't like them. People respect them. You know what I mean? They respect them, but a lot of people don't like the Bosas.
Nobody likes the
No.
We're scared of Nick Bosa. They're not
I feel like Nick's personality is a little bit more dry humor. I feel like he's got more positivity around him than Joey's an idiot. I feel like, you know, that his run-ins with the fans and stuff like that, like he just looks like a fool. But
Philly trying to pull some late inning magic.
So first and third,
2 outs with Schwarber up.
Schwarbob's up.
Schwarbambio?
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and walk this out. Just go ahead and
Schwarbambalaya?
just go ahead and do it. See, Jason, I'm in the middle of a show. You done got me all, and now I'm trying to watch the show.
Wasn't my fault.
It was.
I was gonna say, but you're right about Jalen Carter though. Just real quick, like that. This is the beginning of that potential Aaron Donald type of career. You have to, you know, 10 years, 10 flawless years. Like obviously that's not going to happen necessarily, but I mean, this is start the run now. Be the best now. Like that's.
That's usually D tackles take year 3 when they normally break out. That's the hope Jordan Davis does, but hopefully Carter's good enough to get there in year 2.
I mean, yeah, his grades last year, I feel like they were, you know, not even just compared to the rookies. I mean, against that, and compared to anybody, he was that guy for the beginning of the year. So
that's what I was about to say. Carter better do it today.
Yeah, like he was already.
There's a difference between, dang, I don't want to even be disrespectful, but like, gosh. Who would you, if you had to have like a tandem of 2 guys? I can't even think of 2 guys that are on the line together that are like that have that kind of potential at that young age.
Right.
Yeah.
Not many in the league that possess that type of potential.
No, there's not. So they could do something special.
Oh yeah.
They could be something special.
Absolutely.
Because Fletcher, with his up and down year, it always made me angry because as he got older, you start getting mad because he's not having the same kind of push. But the one year he was injured, the other year, you go and look at it, he was getting double teamed and chipped
Oh yeah.
all the time. And it wasn't good because the rest of the team wasn't excelling around him. Now, when you go and look at it, like the year they went to the Super Bowl and the year before that, and we're racking up 17 sacks, you're like, oh, because Fletcher's getting double teamed and these other guys are taking advantage of the mismatch.
On that.
Yeah, and that's what you want. Like I said, if Carter is not just being the bear breaking down the line, then somebody else needs to be capitalizing on those moments. The Nolan Smiths, the Jordan Davises, the Huffs. Huff, again, if you can't stop the run, guess what? When you get a lead and you get up, they're going to be passing anyway.
Sacks, right?
Yeah, they're going to be passing anyway. So, I mean, that's when you get your time to shine. That's when you get your time to roll. So, you know, I'm excited about, you know, training camp, and the injuries don't even bother me right now because I feel like any kind of reason they can give you to sit down, Nick is going to give you that sit down. Like, so I don't know how significant injuries are right now, to be honest with you, or what's going on with that. So I take that with a grain of salt.
Hey, they're using motion now, right? All the time. Use motion, and apparently the defense is struggling with it.
Well, that's all you want.
Yeah.
I don't want our defense to struggle against motion.
I saw something that said that the defense was doing a little bit better in their more recent sessions. So, but I mean, hopefully Fangio, you said Fangio, like him speaking about Huff like that. I mean, I take it more as like him trying to instill pride in the defense, like a little bit. Just his vibe. The vibe gives me that. Obviously, the words can be, you know, construed, but I mean, like that's the sense I get, and he knows they're a good. Our offense is stacked, so he just wants our guys to feel like instead of thinking, "Oh, our offense is stacked," like of course we're getting handled in practice. Just have some pride and be like, you know what, fuck that. Like we're gonna be good too. So that's the vibe I'm getting right now. So I'm excited for sure about the defense. We'll see what happens, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah, because the defense definitely lost that swagger last year. They had nothing last year as far as attitude wise or anything.
Yeah, Vic's bringing it.
Woo! Lost that swagger, boy. Hey, they put that thing in a freezer.
Oh my god!
Swagger got locked up like
freezer, and then they shot that shit into space.
For real.
Oh my god! Into the sun.
So before we move to the Olympics, you guys watching the Hard Knocks
The Giants one?
The Giants.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Harry, if you haven't seen it, it's okay. But
I'm not caught up, but I've been watching the clips.
it just makes me happy.
Oh yeah,
It makes me so happy knowing how terrible the team is and what they're doing and what they've got going on. Because why? Why are you here? Why
The Giants seem so unorganized in everything they do. All their projections were wrong, for salaries for free agents. They fumbled the Saquon thing super bad. Their draft stuff seemed clunky when they were interviewing guys. It just seemed like a mess all over the place.
I mean, haven't they been the last few years like a team that is laughable, but then has like these stretches of overperforming, and you're like, do they have something to build around here? And then they just make all the wrong decisions to like kind of enhance what they have, and they just blow it again. So it's like they could have been a competitive team over the last few years if they made, different decisions. I mean, basically all the decisions they made, but the team that they had, seemed like one to build around, and now it's just like falling apart.
They paid a bad quarterback, and you just can't do that. If your
Yeah.
quarterback's not proven, you just can't pay that guy.
You're right.
They paid him enough that they can get out of it. So that's the thing. I know you don't like them, but I do like their coach. Their coach has helped them
he's a good coach.
overcome a lot of missteps, because as embarrassing as they are and as terrible as they look, isn't it crazy that the Washington Commanders are worse than them?
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
holy shnikes. It is a 2-horse race between us and the Cowboys. And just touching the Cowboys and their trash panda lifestyle, we'll talk about obviously more as the season gets closer. But have you heard Jerry Jones talk about the team? He's all in.
Yeah, except he's not.
And when he rambled about being all in, it basically came off to something about having sex by himself when he was younger, when he used to play. And sometimes you need to know when to get off, but not get off. And I'm like, wait, what? So he hasn't paid Dak. He hasn't paid CD. He hasn't paid Micah. And he's like, I'm all in because they're all in and we're all here and they're all there. And I'm like, yeah, but you haven't kept anybody happy. Dak Prescott at the end of this season, no matter what, is going to walk and be a free agent.
oh yeah.
Which means he's unrestricted for a tag. He's unrestricted for trade. Nothing Jerry can do. And if I was him, I'd walk away to a Minnesota or somewhere else where I can get paid
Vegas,
$200 guaranteed, and have much less stress on my life. And I don't have to be America's team. It's to the owner. And the Cowboys will be dead in the water because they're going to win 12 games. They're not going to get a high draft pick.
Right.
And then they're going to have to pay CeeDee Lamb. And they're like, well, I'm paying you for what now? Because I don't have a quarterback to throw you the ball. I don't know if you're good enough to do rock like you are with a young guy. And then I'm looking at Micah Parsons. Well, why should I pay you? I'd go draft another one of you, because one thing Jerry has done has been drafting. The last 10, 12 years, he does pick up players left and right, and they develop into something. I will give him that. He's missed on the head coach. He's missing on the quarterback. He's missing on balls. But on players, he seems to have a good sense of what he needs to get done there. And so it's just crazy to think that whole thing that's never won anything, not even one, because, we really won one Super Bowl. I'm not going to act crazy. But they haven't even gotten to a conference finals in 30 years. And he's about to let it all melt down because why pay Dak again? And Dak's got the option too.
Right.
Even if he wants to match what somebody else paying. If I was Dak, I wouldn't stay in Dallas.
No, he hasn't been bad. You talk about Jerry, like they're not paying him, and he doesn't give them the support that they could feel good about. He's not like speaking about them in positive ways. He's always, not even like sneak dissing Dak. He's just straight up dissing Dak all the time. So, at the end of the day, Dak would probably be like, you know what, you signed the check that I want. Like, I don't care. That's fine. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But you're doing both. Like, Dak is ready to leave 100%.
Yeah. So
Well,
And the fans, I'm sure, disrespect him too. Just to say that.
right. You look at the Eagles, who give you the map of how to sign guys. Get it done early, pay the cash up front, and then it creates all this salary cap for you. And instead, the Cowboys do the opposite. They wait until the market just goes up. And then they're one of the lowest teams as far as paying out cash to players like that. They don't do like Jeff Lurie does. I don't know if Jerry pretends he's poor. Like, I don't know what it is, because he's damn well not poor.
No.
He decides to not pay those guys up front, and it just costs them real bad.
I feel like this is some weird old school, like senile, like just, I don't know, like negotiation tactics. Like he's trying to like, he's doing some 70s shit. Like that doesn't work now, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now. Definitely some 70s, and I mean by 70s, I mean 1870s.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff there. That's
Exactly.
my mule kind of 70s.
I mean, you're right.
It sucks to be them. They do mismanage and handle the cap. Howie not only pays people early, he pays them in a way that's like, look, bro, I'm going to give you this to you now, and I'm not even going to cause no problems for you.
Right.
Like, take this money. Good. They've got a program, which I believe they always have it for every rookie. When you come in, they try to tell you how to be financially responsible and what to do with your money and this and that. But the Eagles and this new regime of players in general, but the Eagles especially, live so modestly. Like, they're making fun of Justin Jefferson, like, oh, you live in a 2-room condo.
Right.
And he's like, I live by myself.
Yeah, like
I don't got a girl. I got a dog. I got a personal chef. Like, what? Why? I didn't grow up living in no mansion. Why am I gonna go buy McMansion for what? Oh, because I got $100 million. That makes no. I'm sorry. Like,
I bet you he buys a mansion now that he's got that big contract. Though.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean,
Even he said, he was like,
just to stash it. I mean,
he's like, yeah, I got the money now. He's like, I bought my mom a house. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Again, now if he had a girl and she was like, yo, we need a crib, we need a baby, that's when you start doing all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
But even that.
I mean, even Smitty, bro. Smitty's house, like with his family, it's a very modest
he lives
house.
in a regular house in Sicklerville. Like a lot of these guys are living in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, full basement,
Yep.
$400,000 house, and they're chilling. Dickerson. Dickerson's got like he's got like a good 2 acres of property.
Yeah, he's got the property. Though.
Yeah, he's got property. He's got a property, but I mean, his house is less than $1 million home.
Yeah,
and he's a $100 million player. Like a lot of these guys now aren't doing that. And I mean, look at Castellanos. He went out there and got that fake McMansion from Ben Simmons. The only reason he probably bought that is because it was on a discount.
Yeah. He should have bought that haunted house.
No, he
Yeah,
shouldn't have.
shit.
Horse. And I don't mean horse. Get it? Yes.
Man, I would have got out of that house the second I couldn't hit.
I was gonna say that's a bad juju in there for
You hear that, Kate? He'd have got out of that house as soon as he couldn't hit.
sure.
That's how you going. That's how you going to Georgia. He a dog.
That's for that, but go for it.
If I came, I said to say the whole house is a whole house. I know you telling me if you can't hit, you quit. Okay. 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 That's what it is. That's what I heard anyway. Back to these Olympic medals. America has got a whole bunch of silver and bronze.
Yep.
Like,
it's always how it is, though. It's always how it is.
We're gonna start racking it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you guys know that Simone Biles, her hair isn't always pushed down perfectly after she does 42 backflips and springs off the mat? Apparently, this is a big deal that her hair is messy, and I'm like, what?
I mean,
this is what social media has come to. Like, just people sitting at home. The disrespect she needs to do her hair. I'm like,
oh my God.
I do know why that is.
You know why that is.
And I went and looked. I obviously went and looked, and I'm like, unless you were a gymnast in the 80s where they all had that boy bob short haircut.
Yeah. And they moved like this. They were just like dancing. They weren't flipping. They were just barely moving.
Yeah. Any other girl, I saw Ling-Lings with their hair all fluffed out and straight as soft as hair. I'm like,
all those Brazilians, their hair was.
Why are we talking about this girl's hair? She just jumped over Shaq on a free base, back double flip, handstand, quadruple pump dip.
Hit the ground hard enough to go 15 feet in the air off the ground.
Like, I don't care about her hair, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
She's the GOAT, so it's fine.
Yeah. But speaking of GOATs, LeBron James is the GOAT.
Captain L'America.
L'America, don't lose.
You see that video of Booker of him filming him in the rain? He's just like a fearless Captain America. He's like he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing.
Standing in the rain, staring straight ahead, not even.
I didn't make this video, and I'm not even going to send it to you. But like, somebody put a video up, and it's like when Michael Jordan, the last time they went and won the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. Because people were saying like Michael Jordan's most recognizable face in the world, and blah blah blah, which because shoes a marketing brand, whatever.
Definitely back then. I mean, maybe.
Even back then,
without question.
They're like Michael Jordan And it was funny because they just got Michael Jordan just getting pictures like fans, like everybody, like fans just want to take pictures of Michael Jordan, which is normal.
Yeah.
Then they're like, okay, so fans wanted to see Michael Jordan. Other athletes are taking pictures of LeBron James, like they're gold medalists.
Oh my God! They didn't have social media back then. They weren't posting selfies and shit. Get out of here.
But
No, in '92 that was happening for Jordan too. One
yeah.
time the other way on that.
Yeah. So, but that's my point. Like, because you can find the pictures of Jordan with all the fans. Like it's like it's happening now. You see Michael Jordan now. You take a picture with Michael Jordan. He was just saying he's like actual Olympians, like from other countries, are just sitting there because they want to get LeBron in the back because they want to have a picture of LeBron.
Yeah,
and
he's that type of guy for sure.
And not for nothing, it's also because he's nicer. Like I'll give.
And it's also he's old and it's his last one. I mean, it's LeBron. There's a lot of reasons.
Is it his last one? The limit's only 4 years away, bro. Is it his last one? Let me start 4 years. Right.
I don't think he's gonna be good enough in 4 years, bro.
You said it like it with
the cliff is coming. The cliff is coming. When he's 44, the cliff is coming.
I promise we're gonna talk about other things besides basketball.
Yeah.
I can touch on it, but I was watching it with my daughter. She's like, "Oh, can we watch the game?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, you want?" So yeah, the other games were the prelim games. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
So we're watching it, and she's just like, "Now this is a child. She's a 17-year-old female girl in the sports, but she's like." What's wrong with Joel Embiid? And I'm like, well, that's the burning question, right?
FIBA.
Not in shape. He just, he needs to warm up in the games, and the game is too fast for him. Like, he needs to play with a certain kind of pace. He needs to be at the top of the key, and all the things that people complain about Joel Embiid, but that's why. Also, because he's not in shape.
Shorter court, there's a lot of differences, for sure.
Yeah. When he comes out of the game, she instantly says, "Yo." I saw a video that said LeBron James is on steroids. And I was like, okay. She's like, well, I'm looking at him. And she's like, if he's on steroids, I want to know why everyone else is not on steroids. Because if he's on steroids and he's 40 and looks like that, everybody else who's 24, 28 should be 3 times as fast as him, right? And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point from a novice mindset. She's like, I want to be on that juice. She's like, what kind of juice he got?
Of course, if I can get LeBron's juice,
hit a baseball, and I want to run like a dango. She's like, he just looks faster and stronger than everybody. I was like, he is faster. Like that Serbian did wasn't Jokic, whatever their other center was.
Especially against FIBA competition.
When he was trying to back down LeBron and he went forward. I'm like, that's a 7'2" center trying to like muscle LeBron.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're LeBron. I'll go back over here.
That's the funny goofiness of the Olympics. It's not quite the same thing, but I saw a picture of like Wembanyama standing next to like a 5'4" guy in Japan, and just like you got these like goofy guys that are bouncing off LeBron, and the one image of the one guy on the ground, LeBron just flexing. I think it's great, and it's you got those images, then you got the 2 foot difference, and it's just like what a fun game to watch, honestly.
And
KD, by the way, I mean, we got to bring him up at some point.
Yeah, well, again, KD was phenomenal.
Freak.
KD and LeBron showed that when we rank the players in the league. Let me do this. Who are your top 5 players in the league, Harry?
Well, I mean, top 5. See, this is what I'm saying, man. It's hard now with the FIBA and all this weird shit because it's like I would have had Joel, but I don't know. Can I even say it after watching this? But no, I mean, I'm gonna say Joel's in the top 5. Joel, Jokic. I'll put Luka, Shea, and then who else was in the MVP competition? Oh, and then I don't know. I mean, maybe KD or LeBron or Tatum. I don't know. I think the last 5 it's a toss up.
Jason.
Yeah, we definitely dropped those.
Oh, Giannis. Oh my God, I didn't say Giannis
when you were leaving.
Yeah, geez, I knew it.
You agree with that, Jason?
Joel Embiid's not the best player in the league.
No, top 5. Didn't you? I didn't say in any order. I said top 5.
So Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, Luka, and maybe LeBron, maybe Shea. I don't know. That one's tough. The 5th one is like not Tatum.
So the general answer,
not Tatum. You're right. I don't know why I said that.
My cousin who kept telling me that Tatum's top 3 player in the league, and he's a Duke guy, and he likes Tatum for some reason. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. But he actually made me angry. I was talking about it. The top 5 in the league right now generally are Joel, Joker, Luka, SGA, and Giannis.
Yeah,
right.
And KD and LeBron are better than them.
Yes.
The reason that they're not
they're better at basketball. Like they know,
They're better than them. I don't give a shit what the fuck you're talking about. They're better than them. They're better than them at life, at dating, at fucking everything.
Right, now you're just fanboying too crazy. Now you're crazy.
Listen to this. LeBron
the Suns are shit, bro. The Suns are trash. And the Lakers are trash. Like, what are you talking about?
Let me finish my goddamn statement. You understand why the fuck I'm telling you that they're better than them? Stop making me cuss. They're better.
I'm not making you do anything.
They're better than them. You're stopping me. I'm trying to tell you exactly what you just said. They're better than them. They're being held down by crappy organizations that aren't putting a helpful team around them to help them excel and exceed. The Suns just need a dang on point guard. They went and did everything else and couldn't keep a point guard. They didn't need Beal. They needed somebody who could run a team. And PG was too pig-headed and hard-headed to keep around. I understand that, but they need a point guard. They don't have one. LeBron, he also probably needs a point guard because he ends up being a point guard. So the teams are failing them when they can't excel. Because when you look at them playing basketball, quote-unquote, together or with an elite team around them, KD could just shoot. When he shoots for free, he can make any shot across the court. But when he's sitting there stressing like, man, I got to bring the ball up too. Booker's turning it over. Beal's hurt every other week. Man, this shit sucks. Like, obviously he put himself in those positions, but KD is still all world. And when you watch LeBron James, again, go against the Serbian 7'2" tank and make him go backwards, you think to yourself, well, holy shit, he can actually play all 5 positions. Then I got to hear Perkins' dumbass say, well, Tatum could have played the 5. Tatum can't play Tatum can play 2 positions. Yep. He can't play the point, and he can't play center. He can play wing, and he might be off guard. But I'm like, LeBron and KD are still, I'm not going to give them top 5, but shit if they're not 6 and 7. And that's just off of respect of their gameplay, is my point. So what you're saying, Harry, is what I was trying to say. Fucking goddamn Phoenix fucked them over. Fucking kicked me over.
Then KD's never like, man, I miss Russ. Then he's like, no, I don't. Right? Like he has like that half-second thought. And he's like, no, that's crazy.
I know KD missed it hanging out with Steph and listening to her.
Hell yeah, bro.
Plays for him. He's like, oh baby, I missed it, daddy. Oh, daddy.
He definitely regrets that one. He's like, what the hell did I ever leave there for?
Well,
he could have had 4 rings, maybe 5 rings himself.
What's his name? I can't believe what's his name ran me up out of here.
Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond. That's what Draymond called him a bitch.
Yeah. Oh my God. Draymond's a.
And that's the Harry. As far as family's concerned, LeBron James ain't had one dang gum scandal. He done got his son drafted. His next son's gonna be president of the United States.
Oh, are those basketball points you're making, or are those separate?
No. I said they're better than him in life and everything.
What are we talking about? You just changed. You're bringing up old shit. You're bringing up different shit.
I know. I'm trying to finish my point because I was getting interrupted. I'm trying to explain what I'm saying.
Okay, go to it.
LeBron getting his son drafted, and the next son gonna be perfect. KD is the ultimate sniper. This dude's a player's player. You know what I mean? Dash like you. He just got women coming and going left and right. He's single like a Pringle. So
he's like a day or two is fine. A day or two is plenty. That's what he said.
Yeah. One's the ultimate bachelor. The other one's ultimate family man. So I said they better life than everybody else playing basketball right now, and we're lucky to have them.
Yes, that was hyperbolic, but I understand what you're saying. Yes, you put those two. Listen, you put those two with the other best players in the world, and they can just manipulate the game with their intelligence and the way they play. Like they're gonna do whatever they want. That's what they're doing, and it's cool to see. But hilariously, talking about Tatum and all this other stuff, LeBron was in the game when they were up by like 20, and he played like 20 minutes already, and Tatum couldn't get 1 minute. Like, there was opportunity. It's kind of hilarious that Tatum didn't get any tick. It's pretty funny.
So it makes me so happy.
Yes.
Because we all know here on this show, and if you don't know, I'll remind you, I hate Wardell Stephen Curry. You probably didn't even know his name was Wardell.
I thought you were going to say the Celtics, then you brought up Steph. What?
And I hate him. He's my most hated player of all time. My second hated player of all time now is Jason Tatum. I despise Jason Tatum with all my heart. I think he is a raggedy, corny, lazy, lame, boogity boo piece of shit. I don't give a fuck how cute his son is. I feel bad that his son has to have a punk ass, whack ass daddy like him. And Brown was the conference finals MVP, and he was the finals MVP. So my cousin out here telling me, DQ, you out here telling me that he's top 3 in the league. Nigga ain't even top 3 on his team because Devin White's on Team USA.
Derek White.
Brown was MVP 2 times. So as far as I'm concerned, Tatum can suck a Tatum and sit on that bench and look sad and mad instead of clapping his hands like Halliburton.
Yeah. Oh my God.
How'd he go?
I was gonna say, one of your Sixers.
So happy.
Yeah, one of the Sixers boys you don't like. Somebody posted something, and they were like, someone commented. They were like, "What does Derek White do better than Jason Tatum?" This guy's like, everything. He's like shoots, passes, runs the point, plays better defense, better rim protector. Like, goddamn, what do you mean? Like, he's a better player than Jason Tatum. I was like, when you break it down like that, yeah. I mean, I put Derek White on any team and they're getting better. I mean, immediately.
That would crack me up because you know what Derek White does better than Jason Tatum? Plays guard.
Yeah, plays exactly.
He plays a position that Tatum doesn't.
And you know what he does? He shuts the fuck up and does what he's told.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what else he does? He doesn't yell Kobe every time he shoots the basketball.
Plays his
throwing up bricks in practice. So when they have the open runs or whatever, you watch the Team USA practice. Jason Tatum was gunning. He was gunning. And his team lost to LeBron's team. LeBron's like, hey, here, look here, young whippersnapper. You know what I mean? And even Edwards, who we don't have Edwards on there. Edwards
balling. He was the other one I was like resisting saying just because
we love Edwards.
But he's next. He's next.
Yeah, he's in there. But that's what I'm saying that's what I'm saying about how good LeBron and KD still are.
Oh yeah, they're still
Edwards walked into that Mammy Jammy talking mad shit. Yo, end of the game player is gonna be me, and who the best player on the team is me. And then when the game started, he in the interview afterwards, they're like, "Yes, what happened?" He's like, "LeBron James."
Yeah, LeBron James.
He's like, "LeBron James." He's like, "We all each other," and it was like, LeBron. Like he's just like he backed off. And then he said the other day about KD, he's like, I don't know. KD was 6 for 6, LeBron was 5 for 6, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's the dude with all the bravado. He's the one. He out there back his chest.
KD was his favorite player, right? Wasn't
yes,
that
KD was his. KD is his. He said something weird. He called him like his inspiration.
Oh,
or something like that. Like he put it on. He didn't.
Oh yeah, he's his hero like that for real, for sure.
Yeah, he called him like his inspiration to play basketball because he plays the game so beautifully. Like you know what I mean, like all that.
No, and going off of that real quick, just the whole thing about KD, like he ain't the GOAT, right? He ain't the best scorer ever, but this Olympic KD, right? This ability to just all you have to do, KD, when you're open, shoot. Like that's it, bro. Yeah. Just get the ball and shoot it every time, and just knock down shots, knock down the short 3-pointer whenever you want to. Like it's amazing to watch because he really is just out there just frolicking around, like just give me the ball and I'm shooting. It's crazy. And then LeBron's obviously killing it. Joel, like it's FIBA, he can't foul beat as much as I hate to use that term. So it is what it is.
KD is also the league, whatever you want to call it. He is the leader of points in the Olympics.
Yeah, highest point scorer.
Yeah, LeBron is right behind him, and LeBron is the league leading rebounder or assist.
I thought it was. What do you mean, averages or like Melo's? I thought Melo was second.
Points. No, whatever it is, it's LeBron and KD right now, and they're very close to each other.
Right.
I just watched the thing today.
Oh, Olympics, okay.
Yeah, Olympics wise.
I was thinking maybe FIBA. I was thinking.
So.
Hey, Embiid is the best screen setter out there, though.
I was gonna say at the end of the day, like that's a joke you're making, but he really is.
Actually, being serious. No, he's been me most of the time, but when he gets out there and he's setting the screens, it gets Steph and KD wide.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the reason that LeBron and Steph and Embiid were like the guys that are locked into the starting lineup is because that's a crazy dynamic. I mean, LeBron can just kind of use Joel to manipulate to get Steph open, and I mean it's a crazy 3-minute game. Right. So
Joel just doesn't need to start the games. He needs to come in the second quarter, and he needs to come in the third quarter, and he doesn't need to finish games. Right. He doesn't need to start games, and I'd be happy with him because when he starts, the games are we get down, and then as soon as he hits the bench, next thing you know, we're up 20 points. So I'm like, well, the only difference is they swapped out AD
whether it's Bam or AD, the offense just looks better because
they're faster, and the world's faster. It's not even just Embiid being slow. That's not even. I've been getting on the internet, but I'm really mad about what he's been saying in interviews and podcasts while he's over there in his free time. He has so much turned into a woe is me, I'm the hated guy, why doesn't everybody like me? But I'm just out here doing what I need to do, and it's not my fault. I don't have a loaded team like Tatum, and I don't have this, and I never had that. And then like, bro, just come shut up.
Unlikable this year.
Yeah, I feel you, but there's a certain level of just yapping, right? Like the term kids use these days. Like, he's just yapping, bro. He's just yapping. Like he's just talking. It is what it is. I don't think it matters in terms of what we would get out of him or what the year is going to be like. It's going to be annoying, but like I don't take it any. It is what it is. Like
I just think it shows a little bit of his lack of accountability for himself for the Sixers' issues.
And you are what you say. I know what you just said, but
I feel like he's just saying it. You know what I mean? Like I understand what you're saying, Jason, but he's just like, this is what I feel, and then he's just like, whatever. But he doesn't understand that.
You can't do that.
Yeah. No,
I'm listening to Tyrese Maxey talk about how Joel has stepped up year after year and become this dominant guy in the locker room, become this voice of the team, and he's inspired him. And I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm listening to the words out of his mouth in public all the time. Who you're talking about and what I hear is totally different. And again, that could be something I say it all the time. It's just like Nick Sirianni is just a shit public speaker. But apparently when he's behind the door, most of the guys like the rah-rah flower stuff and they support him. I get that can happen. But my God, Joel, help yourself out a little bit. Because I want to hear the things that Tyrese says. Because even PG, who's a veteran, knows that when you're out in LA and you're like, bro, I'm just doing my best. If we win, we win. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You can say that in LA. The Clippers ain't never won nothing. They're the little brother. Those fans are just happy to be there, and everybody's going to make fun of you no matter what.
And he's PG, so he can. Yeah,
yeah. But as soon as he comes here and he signs a guaranteed contract, he ain't going nowhere. Now what's he talking about? Oh, championship bus. We got to get the championship. We're out here for championship. I had to work because you can't talk like that in quote unquote certain markets. And if Joel Embiid was doing all the things that Tyrese says he's done as maturing, he wouldn't be yapping like that when you're the captain of the ship. And again, make fun of LeBron James, but when he's out there flexing in the world games, he's flexing like you said. Sometimes these dudes are 5'5" and they be playing in South Sudan. Why is LeBron James walking up on him roaring like they're like, do you know that I kill lions for real? You're not the king lion. Like, why are you roaring at me? Like, he goes out there and he does it because that's what you do.
I don't know. We're going Gilbert Arenas today.
Hey, look, I didn't throw no dark. First of all, just to say that too. You can make jokes and make voices and do all the things you want to. Gilbert was fine if he wouldn't have did the whole dark thing. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Like, like, okay, you know, you make voices. Eddie Murphy does that stuff all the time. Like, black people make fun of Africans all the time. Africans make fun of black people all the time. But when you start calling, if you call somebody like a spear chucker, or if you're like, dart sounds like I was like, yo, I was like, reel it in, okay?
Yeah, he went a little far.
He's crazy, bro. He's crazy.
I was toting the line with my
no chill Gil, baby. No chill Gil. That's it.
Oh, man, look, y'all. That AC unit is busted.
Yo, freezing, baby.
You can get a breeze out there.
Oh my God.
You can get a breeze. So we talked about it, Simone, and the girls out there. They won gold. Congratulations to them. The Sharks in the water and the swim team, they're out there killing it too. One thing that I did watch, and I don't know if they won gold or not, but if you can watch fencing and rugby,
the women's rugby bronze for the first time ever today on a walk-off.
99-yard, like it was a walk-off, full field, like crazy.
Point. I wanted to call it a touchdown, but there's a point.
It was equivalent. It was the equivalent of like a time-expiring 99-yard touchdown to win the bronze medal.
Yeah. So if you can go check out the highlights of those games. Obviously, I can't play them here because they'll flag me. The Olympics, they don't play when you put up clips of the Olympics.
Oh, no. You got to stream East that, John, baby.
Rugby, shout out to those women who were, again, first time, like you said, medaling, getting bronze.
Yeah.
And their captain, I forget what her name is, but man.
Ilona Millar, I think.
I mean,
or maybe that's something. Talking about the big girl who's
and she's big my size too. She's
pretty. No, she's
only 5'10", 200. She's solid.
5'10", 200. Yep.
5'10", 200. She's like a tank out there, boy. She out there buck.
Oh yeah.
She gave like there's one run, like I said, just go to NBC Olympics.
She's a beast.
You'll see it. She had a run where she stiff armed 3 people and then spin move and pushed a girl in her back out of the way. I'm like, hey yo. She's a street sweeper. That girl was moving people. I was like, golly, can the Eagles draft her? Like, I know we got my lot out here. Why don't more NFL teams pick up rugby players?
Because they're not all 6'7", 300 pounds like Mailata.
There's a couple of big boys out
there.
They're
not that big, bro. Jordan Mailata wasn't like Olympic level. You know what I mean? He was good. But
give him a chance. That's all.
No, you're right. You're right. A lot of them, they could do it. So, we know the kickers. You get the Australian rugby boys. That's what we get.
Also,
Sav Raka, baby. Shout out Sav Raka.
If you're following me on TikTok or Instagram, I haven't posted yet, but I saved a video. And this girl was fencing. And, fencing is just like Star Wars lightsaber fights without the lights.
That's crazy.
And this chick was doing the jabbed at the girl, and the girl dipped the jab, and she came with like a swoop.
Right.
And the girl did the Sir Lancelot shit over her shoulder, blocked her
Oh,
shit.
Perry.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my god! Well, I caught that live too because I was like, I was swimming through stuff with my daughter, and I popped that on. I was like, oh, the fence, and like, you know, what I mean, it's cool. And it was so wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
And when she did that, I was like, oh my god! I rewound that joint like 20 times. I went and found a clip of it because I just wanna marvel at it. So if you can watch some of the events that are going on, I also got showed up by my child too. Again, the Olympics. It was like, oh, this is boxing. We watch women's boxing, and then what's cool is you could just jump into like 30 different events.
Oh yeah.
And watch stuff. And I was like, oh, what is it? What the heck's an equestrian?
Horses.
Oh yeah, horse stuff.
Oh, just everybody. I guess white people just know that equestrian is horses.
Comes with the mustache.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Exactly.
Apparently, I guess I'm the only dummy then. I'm the
It's,
one.
I believe it's horse stuff. I believe that's what it is.
Well,
It's in a book.
and it was
Horse related stuff.
and it was just horse around here.
That's all. That's all.
And it was the horse. It was like them jumping over the little bushes type thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what equestrian technically is. If it's when they jump the bushes or whatever.
I think it's variations of that. Yeah.
I think it's the steeplechase, but that might not be right.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like,
That's a guess.
I was
We're learning.
Also, archery was pretty dope. Like I said, like
The shooting.
yeah,
Just like the straight like beat with those girls. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
fun. They're all like just little, unathletic looking. A lot of Asians made it to the finals of the shooting stuff. They're really impressive. I saw real quick a highlight. It was the final of like the men's mountain biking. Bruh, that was crazy. Like they almost crashed into each other. The one guy's like had a malfunction to start the race, still ended up winning. Like it was intense. So there's a lot of cool events, man. A lot of cool events.
Yeah, and those girls with the bow and arrows, like I don't know if you ever shot a bow. They're pulling back. Some of them pulling about 75 pounds of pressure.
Yeah,
and they're yanking
Yeah.
that thing like it's nothing. Like
Oh.
I'm like, whoa, okay.
And I'm pretty sure there's like some like sideways recoil because you're kind of you're holding it like on the side of the bow. It's not like directly straight, so they keep it so steady. It's crazy.
And that's the thing too. Like when you get down to a custom bow, because I've shot bow and arrow and I've hunted before, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, but it's annoying. Then when you go with somebody who is a hunter's hunter, and like even a bow that's custom, like built just for them, shooting that is a night and day difference. Like, because I'm saying like, how are you not breaking your face? And they're like, oh, the carbon fiber on the way, the tension, the recoil pulls back. And I'm like, okay, bullshit. I pulled that thing and it was like, yeah. I was like, okay, how much is this thing? He's like, oh, this is $900. I was like, $900.
Damn.
$900 for the bow.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they got specialty equipment out there. But again, tap in on the Olympics. There's this fun stuff every day, everywhere. And if you're still crying about the opening of the Olympics, the funny thing about that is that they only do it one time.
Yeah.
And if you've never been to Paris, France, and you didn't know that there were rats everywhere and weird people with hair underneath their arms and bearded ladies everywhere because it's France and they don't care about shaving or au revoir, and they have this thing called like the Louvre where you can actually go look at art and find out how art is and where it was made and where it came from and what Greek mythology is versus biblical mythology. And you can understand all these things when they go and put out there because they are artists there. You know what I mean? And when you get mad about the Statue of Liberty,
Thank you, France.
did Alabama make the Statue of Liberty? or was it Kentucky that made the Statue of Liberty and brought us to New York?
I think it was Jackson, Mississippi.
I think it might have been Jackson, Mississippi too. So maybe don't critique the people that gave you the item. That you know what I mean? Like
our greatest statue ever.
Yeah, it's green. It's not blue. I was like, well,
that's because we don't clean that damn. That's us.
Well, when you put something out in the sun and it kind of fades over 100 years.
Oxidation.
Oxidation. I know it's a lot of words. Certain people out here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of science involved, but
Equestrian.
Yeah. My dumb ass didn't know, so there's only so much I can say. But I mean, my goodness, so many people had their peripheral panties in a bunch over the opening because they're fake religious people and don't even know what their religion is actually about. Because at the end of the day, too, if you're into that kind of religion, that dude said love everybody, and they still stuck him to a cross and killed him. So you should love everybody and hope that nobody sticks you to a cross. You should forgive all and not say, I'm not watching the dang gum Olympics because they put a starship out there with a thing on a horse, and it looked like the horse of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't.
The pale horse he came in on, right?
Yeah.
In the Bible. Yeah, man, he had like 3 homies with him, right? Were the 3
Oh,
homies?
shoot. Oh,
Well,
word.
no, it was only 1 horse, but it was the pale horse. Okay, yeah, but there were the 4 horsemen, right?
Ah,
There were
yes.
4 of them, right? Okay. So again, art.
Yeah,
You
Ric
know what I mean?
Flair was one of the 4
Ric
horsemen.
Flair. Oh, wait, what? I think the Undertaker was definitely one of them. He always coming back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Austin 316. What?
What? Here, brother.
Give me a beer, what?
I'll tell you what, I think I saw Hulk Hogan on the back of one of them. You know what I mean? I'm a real American. It's just insane to me, the things that people trying to complain about. So if you're not watching the Lemons because of the opening and you're probably not going to watch this show, I did lose some subscribers, guys. I do apologize for that because I've tweeted out a couple of rational statements on the internet.
You crazy.
It's all right. The hate followers are coming back. Bird's about to be here, so it's all good.
Hey, Kate. Kate's back. Oh, I see how it is.
What?
Oh, so Kate. Yeah, see. So Jay's about to too. By the way, Kate left a thirst trap in my phone when I was at the house. I believe it. A thirst trap in there, and it said "for Harry" on the picture. That's what she put in the note. Only time she shows up is when Harry's here. I'm starting to see a pattern. I thought it was
Nope.
but it was for, you know what I mean. See,
Oh, man.
just because he looks like that, Kate, don't mean he's gonna kidnap you and give you ice cream and or candy. He doesn't even have a car right now, so don't worry about him pulling
Indigo
up in
bike.
the Scooby-Doo van and taking you off and whisking you on vacation.
She texted me like, I just got home. Is Harry on?
See, came and live my life. Don't follow Harry on social media. You can follow Jason. You'll be tagged in the comment section. Again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. There's going to be some structure coming to this show in the next couple weeks. Gearing up for Red October, Sixers Nations, and the Eagles back, baby. I mean, for right now, turn on the Olympics, support America. We got a whole bunch of medals. We need more gold.
God bless America, baby.
America. Oh, wait, hold on. Matter of fact, let me find out one thing real quick, just so we can get some clarity on it, because I want to keep Harry involved and keep Harry accountable about being accountable when there's something to be accountable about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Harry
Principal's office now.
Quit bringing up old shit. Quit bringing up old
when Harry interrupt my rant, I'm gonna get back to it.
I'm
See,
just
Harry
here so I
think-
don't get fined.
Harry think he's slick. He's
That's
like,
because you want to trickle in they fail at life and all this other shit. I'm just like,
I didn't say MJ felt like I just said.
oh, I didn't say MJ. I said they. I said they.
I was comparing Dave to the current day. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't even going back to old school. You know what I mean? I didn't even bring up the, you know what I mean? The reason that they won them championships and the gold medal.
I mean, and D Wade was the one of the redeem team for sure. Yeah.
Hey, redeem. I mean,
Baldy D Wade.
What am I supposed to do? LeBron James out here getting blamed. He 19 years old. Tim Duncan out there, 3-time champion. Just
I know. I saw that the other day. I saw some meme, bro. 2-time champion, 2-time MVP. Looking at LeBron and Melo.
I tried to say that to my cousin back in the day when it happened. And he was like, "Yeah, Tim Duncan was injured." I'm like, "What?
Oh, yeah, I think
injured. Tim was not injured."
I think I vaguely remember that actually a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, Tim was out there. That's all I know. I don't want to hear nothing about no dang."
He got away with that. He really got away. That's never brought up, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He never bring it up.
Let me see.
Also, Hakeem Olajuwon and Tim Duncan, all these. I mean, Tim Duncan, Virgin Islands, but Hakeem was on the U.S. team. Like, damn, Joel can't get.
and that's the crazy thing too, right? Because they what is it? You know, they made the joke like, oh, when Jordan and them were out there, they went against Tony Kukoc. He was the best international player.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at like, if Embiid wasn't on this team, it would be like 70 top NBA players that are just out there. Like, oh wow,
bro. Crazy. I mean, Embiid on France. I don't know how they'd work it out, but like that would be helpful.
the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Steve Kerr had to go and apologize and say that he forgot.
Oh, about Tatum.
Yeah.
Bro, hilarious. He's like, I'll play him next game. He's gonna play. He'll play for sure.
He was all over the place with his reasons why. He was like,
Yeah.
I told him he probably wasn't going to play. And he was
How
like, I
much are
forgot.
individual gold medals?
Because everybody was so mad and upset about it. Harry, could you hear what I was just playing?
Yeah, I heard it. Yep.
Okay, so let me just run that back.
How much are individual gold medals worth in each country
Yeah.
by territory? The U.S.
Wait, we only get 37,000?
We should at least 200,000. Hey, no allow. If you win the 100-meter gold, me and Ocho 25,000 apiece.
Bet. You know, I don't like to spend no money.
You too, Shakari.
You get that 100.
Nephew, hey, Rye, you win the gold, 25K. No allows train 4 years for 9 seconds.
Noah, we got you. Oh, Sid,
Oh, the hurdle, yeah.
you might as well mail Sid her check now.
Yeah, that's 100K.
We good.
I'll pay 50,000 any American to break a world record. I don't give a damn what the event is.
Hold on.
Out of my pocket.
I got 50. Here go 50,000 right here. Sometimes you need a little motivation, right? I got another 50 right here. We not playing. 37,000. You done bust your ass for 4 years straight to represent our country, and the payout saying thank you for the work you put in is 37 fucking thousand. Come on, man.
It's the American way.
And just on
It's
their
just funny. Ocho doesn't know shit about anything, bro. Everything's like so brand new to him. Like whenever he hears anything, dude, I'm like, they've been working at Home Depot since I've been a kid, like in the off season. So
So Ocho Cinco has always been himself,
yeah.
but his brand of
Being cheap.
not
McDonald's every day.
his brand of being cheap, his brand of being frugal, his brand of I don't know nothing.
yeah.
So it could get explained to me. That's good showmanship because he knows everything. This dude be out here traveling. He be going to places, gets invited to all these events. He's very heavily involved in sports betting. So it's funny, like what you just said is such good acting by him because he's like, I can't believe he does say like, I didn't know. And then if you watch the actual podcast, 10 minutes later, he's telling us so because he's like, yeah, such and such happened with such and such back in 77. I'm like, hey, you just said you just told me what equestrian was. Now you out here telling me there's a backwards pony hop to the left. I'm like, all right. I mean, but he plays that up so well, especially with Shannon. And it's so funny because he makes himself excited about everything. It reminds me kind of like how Snoop has become the mascot for America.
Or the world almost at this point. You're getting close.
I didn't even get him to the world yet. I didn't get him to the world yet. I mean, I'm trying to keep him wrecked. He got the red, white, and blue on with the hoopy hoop.
Oh
so
yeah.
He's still ours, but he coming close. He's out there, but it's
for real.
hilarious. Like, dog, murder was the case that they gave him, and now
Carrying the torch.
for real, carrying
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like Snoop, what the hell is life, man?
yo, Snoop D-O double.
Snoop doggy style, baby.
Yo,
Like,
I'm gonna tell you something.
that's crazy.
You and everybody you know directly probably could never have the kind of life turnaround that guy has had. I don't think that anybody's had the kind of arc that he has. Like, Snoop Dogg is insane when you think about
Yes, insane,
Yo,
dude.
I'm gonna tell you something. Bitches ain't shit but hoes
Hoes
and
and tricks, dog.
lick on the nuts and suck the dick.
Mm.
Get the fuck out after I'm done, bitch, because I gotta make a quick run. And now he's holding the goddamn flag. And like, how is that possible? How is it possible?
Oh my god! Only in America. Only in America.
Only in America.
Oh my
Only in
god!
America could LeBron James be the first basketball player asked to hold the goddamn gum torch for the world ceremonies. You know, I appreciate you, LeBron.
Yes, thank you, Bron.
Thank you, Lay. That is the one thing that I am tired of hearing because they call him Lay USA. Lay
I know. I Captain America. I'm into it. I'm into it.
Oh, it's just hilarious because I even like when I even like LaFlop. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
I like that they put on everything on Lay, whatever, and it's funnier too because it's in France. Like
Yeah,
I said,
you
like, oh, is that a French thing? And I'm like, his name's LeBron.
Yeah, it's French.
America.
Exactly. LeBron.
I was like, what do you mean? Is it French? And I'm like, oh shit, it's in France. Like, no, it's just America. America.
It's the most American name of all time, actually. If you think about it.
Right? I was born for Paris, dog.
Paris, Texas, baby.
Like,
No, there's Ohio.
this might be his last run, or it might be
Yeah.
the second to last
I
run.
told you he's got to get Bronny those Tatum minutes.
Hey, look, again, one of the joys of my life was Tatum not getting into that game, because he is going to get in the next game and he is going to get minutes. But as you said earlier, Harry, again, go back to old stuff. When he's in there getting those points, the points matter because of the system. It's the same way that they were doing with the in-season tournament. The points matter. So when Skip Bayless is like, LeBron's in here past that, and that's why him and KD are still. Oh, KD's still in the game too, because they want to win by the most points.
Steph.
In case they get a close loss or close win, you need the points because the points matter, dummy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if I was Tatum, I'd be real.
I know, but that's the even makes it even better is because like there was kind of garbage time where you're like, we are America, shouldn't we be able to put Jason Tatum in and still go up or like win by it? And it's like, nah, he's fucking up. He's gonna take all the shots. He's not, shooting 33%, like whatever. Nah.
He should be a negative on the court, right?
Yeah, for real. I mean, he's gonna go in there and fuck it all up. So let me keep him over here.
And Jason Tatum ain't even top 10.
And he got that baby ass haircut again, so he looks like a little kid there too, just sitting there, like just little head, just all sad.
Like I said, we'll be back next week on Tuesdays, every Tuesday night live at 9 p.m. Follow us, subscribe on the YouTube, leave comments, make yourself useful. And if you're like Kate and you're just here for Harry, leave a comment on whether or not we should let him have this mustache or not. I do have the power to veto. I can't control Harry's hair, but
I can't even grow the MJ/Hitler stash because I got the middle missing. So.
Oh Lord, now I got to bleep this episode out.
The MJ stash, sorry.
Come on, bro. We talking about the Olympics and we
Haynes, yeah, exactly, the Olympics.
he came and dropped his name up in here. They're gonna be like, let me throw a power fist.
Shout out Jesse Owens. Come on, there we go.
Let me throw a power fist.
Jesse Owens.
I'm just see now we got to vote on cutting the mustache. See what happens?
I fucked it up.
You know what I mean? Next thing I know, he gonna be minivan shopping.
See, that's because we had over an hour and a half. I started yapping. I start bringing up stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep me.
You out here Joel Embiid. All right, everybody, we out.
Harry's gonna have to issue an apology tomorrow. Like, I'm very sorry about the words that I said. The words like,
and I'm upset about this mustache. We out.